So, Wilbur Soot just made his grand return after facing severe biting accusations early last year with an update video. And yes, you heard me right, not an apology video, but a mere update. However, he does still address the accusations in this video, and that's why I wanted to discuss today. However, before we get into that, I just wanted to say that I, of course, have no idea whether the actual original accusations are true, and there's plenty of videos all over YouTube you can watch and make up your own mind about that. I'm simply here to discuss the apology today, or not apology. Update, of course. Within the video, he claims that he does not accept any of the labels placed on him by social media, and of course you may be wondering, what evidence does he have to counter the claims made against him? Well, no. Or more accurately, he claims he does in fact have evidence that could prove his innocence, but he doesn't want to release it because of privacy reasons. Now, before I start ripping into this reasoning, I'll play devil's advocate for a moment and say it is entirely possible there's something so private he genuinely doesn't want to release it, but it's also quite difficult to believe his version of the story when he refuses to bring out any evidence corroborating his version of events. It also seems even worse to me when the alternative is to be labelled as an abuser for the rest of his life. That's quite a severe label. I'm kind of curious what could be so private that you wouldn't want to release it to avoid that label. But I have also never been in his position and don't know what the exact piece of evidence he's talking about is, so perhaps if I did know, I would agree with him that it's somehow so private it justifies not releasing it to prove his innocence. But from the position I'm currently in, I have to say, it's hard to see what that piece of evidence could be that could be so detrimental that you wouldn't want to release it. You could also perhaps suggest it's just a very principled position, like he really doesn't believe creators should expose personal details to prove their innocence on anything, but it is a very convenient principle to have for this situation, let's be honest. So ultimately, I can't really make a judgment as to whether the allegations are true or not. I'll just say this is a very poor defense against them. Though it's also not trying to be a defense, as I said, it's called an update video. But either way, it certainly doesn't sway me any more to his side. He does then go on to cover other updates generally about his channel and his future plans related to its music and things, and maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, but it's ultimately not really important to this video. So I just thought I'd better mention that that is part of the video, but it's also not really related to the allegations in any way, so I wasn't overly interested in that portion of it. But yeah, overall, I'd say it still is entirely possible that the allegations aren't true or there's some nuance to it that hasn't been explained properly, but unless he's willing to prove it somehow, it's kind of hard to just take him at his word. So this video hasn't really helped his situation from my point of view, but maybe you think differently. Let me know in the comments if you do, and thanks for watching. See you next time.